Then I asked, in what ways might the church now evolve or change based on this experience?
I think the challenge to us is to be resilient and to be open to what the new soul of the church might look like. And it might not look like 100 or 125 people gathering together on Sunday morning to sing and to read scripture and to encourage each other. It might mean that we meet via YouTube and we get inspired by a screen. It might mean that we have Zoom meetings. We set up Zoom meetings and we have studies via Zoom. And those are things that when you begin down this path, they're difficult to get excited about. But after you're in it for 3 or 4 months, you go, I have to admit, I'm actually looking forward to the Zoom meeting, right?
Who knew?
I miss the body language of people within meetings.
Yeah.
But I'm learning to pick those nuances up over a screen. And it's just we just have to retrain ourselves a little bit. So
I think we're up for it.
well, I think we are.
Yeah.
I think we are.
I think of the congregation and our pastors have, there's a commitment that is going to keep us connected, whether we're inside here or whether we're internet or phone call or whatever. I think there's a commitment that will hold us together.
Yeah.
I do believe so. Yeah, I think it's made us stronger, for sure, as a church community.
And then how do you think that'll play out over 5 or 10 years? What kinds of things will we now do that you didn't do before or do more of?
I definitely think I'll be cleaner. More conscious of the little bugs going around. But yeah, I think that in this time, I'm hoping that people see what we're doing and want to become part of it. And unfortunately, I would have rather had that without COVID, but I think the COVID virus has, taken away some of the things in life that maybe hide the church or that we don't maybe think about. And, taking away everything and then starting simple again, right? And then I think that people are going to want that, need that after.
I'm hoping that we can learn to be with one another in not a different way, but a more concentrated way. Because we don't see one another in chat in the narthex and that kind of stuff. I think that, a phone call, the good old-fashioned note in the mail, that kind of stuff, I think has kind of renewed. I'm thinking I'm going to get my Christmas card list out again, because that doesn't take very long to write a note and a card just to let people know that you're thinking of them. It's meant a lot to me when people have contacted me just because we haven't, seen one another like usual. And so I think that's one of the things that we still need one another, and not to be afraid to phone or write.
There was a thing that was going around that was something about, that 4-hour meeting could have been a 20-minute phone call. Like, I think we all perhaps have looked at our schedules and prioritized some of the things that disappeared. Probably we wanted an excuse to get rid of them in the first place. Like, I know there's things I've said no to this year that I've wanted to say no to in the past, and this year it's easy because I can say, oh, well, given, current world events, yay. Unfortunately, a lot of the stuff that the church is really good at is harder to translate over, and they've been talking about soup and pie is what we're known for. So to try and turn that into a takeout, does it still bring the same sense of community that it does when we all sit together in the hall and have lunch together? Probably not, but it also does help ensure that we've all got a hearty meal once in a while in the wintertime, because that's certainly important too. So yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna have to keep thinking, and not just how can we take what we did and change it, but maybe how can we do different things that might have a different impact right now.
Well, I certainly think the online services are very important. The fact that we're going to try to start back with A to L and M to Z, those I think certainly will be smaller groups. We might not have anywhere close to that 50 number for either Sunday, but we have to start somewhere and find out who wants to come back and who doesn't, because there may be a lot of people that are just not ready to do that yet.
Yeah.
And I certainly understand and respect that, because but the online part is really important. And I think some of the other things that are starting too. Karen is going to start a Bible study, and that will involve a very limited number of people, and also can be done by Zoom if people prefer to stay at home. So that's going to be exciting and challenging too. Yeah.
Very good to have you.
All righty.
Thanks, Ken.
Oh, you're welcome.